So tell us about Low then. How did this one come around?
This song was a total Frankenstein, which is one of my classics of just piecemealing, 5 different songs together. This is version 22 of the song, as like I've saved 22 different versions, but that's version 22 of this alternate version. So there was a totally different weird version that I recorded in Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, is it this one? Yeah. So this was like I don't know, I'm just gonna play it. It's super weird. So it's just this really weird, like kind of suicide, Arthur Russell, I don't know. But it was just a jam. I just had a little drum machine. I was playing the Moog with my left hand and the Whirly with my right hand. So that was one of the earlier versions.
Yeah, that sounds great. It almost has a little kind of electro-dubby kind of feel going on.
Yeah, kind of.
As well.
Yeah. But it's a bit cute. It's a bit more cutesy, I think. So yeah, I guess the electro in like the earliest, the true electro sense.
Right.
It was super.
And so you were in Tucson, Arizona then when you were doing
it?
So what took you there?
I lived there for a year, which was, I just had all my toys set up in there, and I basically just smoked weed and jammed out and hung out in the desert all the time. Actually, funnily enough, barely got anything done during that time because I had all my gear. Anytime I set up all my polysynths, nothing's happening. I'm just messing around. But this is pretty normal for me. It's just to have I have hundreds, if not maybe 1,000, probably more than 1,000. I don't know, a lot of just little ideas like that, little things, little jams with a kind of hook or whatever. And every now and then when I'm not feeling super inspired or I don't want to do something from scratch, I'll open up one of those things. So I kind of have stuff to mess with, But you can hear, I think in the second verse, I actually use those parts. Yeah. So that's from that demo in there, just for like half a couple of bars. And it goes back to normal. But there were so many weird versions of this thing. I mean, this is the final version that I have open at the moment. But for a while there, it was this like rocky. I had this great riff that I was quite emotionally attached to because in my head I was like, yeah, I want to play this riff live, But the song didn't want it. That's probably why I produce a lot of my own music, is because I love putting sounds together and producing things. And but once you add a vocal to a track, you have to make so much more room for it, and you kind of have to get rid of all this stuff. And I actually think that's often why producers or instrumental music can be deemed cooler, because you can get more into a track when you don't have to make room for a vocal. But when someone's speaking to you or singing to you, you can only really have like 2 or 3 things going on. So that I'm constantly kind of disappointed in that I have to sing, because I'm like, oh, what about this crazy reverse crash cymbal, that's like, reverb to death. But I had this guitar part. I wonder if it's still in here, this version. So this is not it, but this sounds like, Crowded House, but there's just a million weird little things.
So you kind of try all these different ideas out, almost like different genre versions of a song.
Yeah, often the songs that people hear, the final Chet Faker songs I usually have taken them through 3, 4, 5 different genres. And along the way, I usually will I'll go through a whole version of the song just to come away with one part, So, or sometimes it might even be one part like that. I had all these chorusy guitar things, which is nice. Which is kind of, but then that just gets played here in the bridge. It kind of fades in. Different part, but it's just kind of building the tension there. But you can see that it used to be for the whole song. So for a while there, I had just had it playing the whole time.
Yeah. And is your process then, when you have kind of Frankensteined all these different things together, do you then just play and listen and start just dropping things out?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a classic. Like I think that's part of what makes it hard is knowing when the song is in there. So I try to allow myself to record anything always. If there's ever the instinct to do something, even if I know it's just the worst idea, I really try to let it be. And if I just have some strange instinct, I want to take the master and like distort it through a rat pedal. It's like, okay, if that's what you want to do, we're going to do it. I always think about my inner child he's really the one that writes the songs, the good songs anyway. So I try to just let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And yeah, I'll go through all these phases until there will just be this point where I know it's in there. I know the song I'm like, it's in here somewhere because there's nothing missing. But how do they relate? Where do things go? So I'll usually go well past where I need to be. And then it's a process of reduction, of just pulling things out and seeing how many things can I turn off here. And that's when I know I'm getting towards the end of the song. Is like, okay, I'm feeling what this song is about. I still feel its intention. How much shit can I get rid of? And that's kind of fun because it's usually a lot.